Let's put a drive shaft in and finish up the Bedwood. Mud dauber homes. Time to clean it out. So if anyone was wondering, this is the thread files and dies and rethreading taps and stuff that I use. It's by Lang. 971 is the number. So anyway, so it's in the evening, so I got my drive shaft. I had this built about 4 months ago, so it's 14, hold on, let me just make sure. Let me go get a tape measure. Okay, so I've got a tape measure. Since I'm going mid-engine, I obviously had to have a new drive shaft made. And here in Tampa, Florida, I use Universal Driveshafts. The place is amazing. They've built 2 or 3 drive shafts for me over the last 10 years. So this one had to be 14.5 inches. So that's how long my drive shaft is from knuckle to knuckle. And the other day I popped off the tape just to kind of fit it up in there to see if it would fit, and the end fell off and I lost a bunch of the needle bearings. So I finally got it. I stopped by today to have them just check it, and I was missing about 8 needle bearings total out of both caps. Needle bearings are pretty important. That's what makes the cap spin inside on the universal joint. So they just replaced it and sent me on my way. And it's a Universal Drive Shafts in Tampa, Florida. They are amazing. So that's probably it for this evening. I'm going to get back at it in the morning. I have a couple other little goodies I'm going to show you, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's next morning. Let's see if we can get this drive shaft in. Okay, so all throughout the week I've still been working on electrical to finish up wiring up all the relays underneath the bed here. I now have power from the battery to all the relays. So I've only got the fuse in for the actuators for the bed lift because I'm going to put the bedwood in now. When I first put the bedwood in, it was the bed was actually 4 inches longer. I shortened it to kind of tuck the bumper up in there, and then to do something different with the tailgate pieces. So right now we are powered up. Yep. So now let me show you that little actuator wiring into that fuse box and the battery. So here's what I got going on. So here's the ground to the battery to the here. And then right now I just have these little side posts in holding the wire. So this is the ground that goes to the chassis, and then this is the power that goes to the block. And then that's a 10 amp fuse that's going to the actuators. So since the box is actually grounded to the chassis, I know that this ground is a good ground for the chassis because it's getting power. So now I'm going to start working on the bedwood, and I'll go from there. There it is. So now I just have to put the bed strips in. There, all along there. There's the bed. So since I had to take some off from the boards, I have to take some off from the strips. That's why I haven't painted the strips yet. So I'm going to trim all these down and trim all them down. As you can see, they all need a little off the top. And so I'll get these trimmed down, then I'll sand them up, paint them, and then put them in, and I'll show you how I do that. So all the hardware that I put in is they're 1/4 inch by 20 carriage bolts. So I usually get like the 3-inch ones. On the last build I got 3-inch ones. And then what I'll do is I'll just cut them down after it's all said and done, which it is. So yeah, so that's the hardware that I put in, and that's how I put in the bedwood on that one. So that's going to be it for this one. So if anyone was curious on when I showed the board across the screen before I put it in, all the orange that was inlaid in the boards, this is actually Florida pecky cypress, and it actually has, it's like a worm or something that eats into the board while it's growing or something like that. But it leaves these really cool little indentations in the boards. So you actually have to like chisel the wood out. That's because it's real soft right there. And then I used a Pro Marine epoxy. Let me show you. This one. And that one. So part A, part B, equal parts. And I mixed one of these cups. It's a 1-to-1. So I mixed up one of these cups, and I poured out each one because it does get hot pretty quick, especially in Florida. It kicks off. And then here is the pigment that I got. And that was, all those products were all from Amazon. Amazon, can't go wrong with that, right? So what I'll do is I'll put in a couple pictures of the process right here. And those were the boards. And what I did after that is I took a 7-inch like an air grinder or an air polisher, and I put 180 on it, big piece of 180 sandpaper on a flat pad, and then I just sanded it all down until it was flat with the wood, and it left all the epoxy in the crevices. And then I sanded that with 320, and then I came back over it all with water-based polyurethane sealant, which is actually high gloss is what I used. Yeah, I kind of like how it looked, and then that's it. So on the next one, hopefully all my AC fittings will show up, the heater lines. Let's see what else that I have going on there. I think really that's what I'm waiting for to run all that stuff. I got a couple other things in. I got my little turning indicators in, so I'm gonna put those in, install that, but that's more electrical stuff. And then a high beam indicator, and then that should be it. Yep, so that's it for this one. I will see you on the next one, and like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that other stuff they tell for future updates from me. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.